Is your business making a difference? Hey, y'all, it's Brent Perry with Business on Purpose. Let's talk about the impact that your business is making. And today, I'm not talking about the goods or services or products that your company offers. I'm talking about the impact that you are making in your community. So recently I was reading an article from cumberlandbusiness.com, and they had a few things to say in this article about local businesses. First, they said, not only are local businesses important for creating culture in the community, but they also help build connections and relationships with the people. Now, if you know anything about Business on Purpose, you know that our radar goes off when we hear or see the word culture. We absolutely love it. I mean, we went as far as creating an entire culture calendar for teams, knowing how important it is for the health and success of a business. But it's also important in that quote to talk about the connections and the relationships with people, because not only is this beneficial to you and your business, think pipeline, your leads, potential new hires, but even like business to business connection can be important aspect for long-term success, such as referrals from other business owners. So the article, it doesn't stop there. It goes on to say that small businesses impact their communities in a variety of ways, from interpersonal relationships to local government and to the economy. So whether you know it or not, your business is likely making an impact already in your community. Even if you haven't been intentional about it, it's happening. So now the amount of impact and the kind of impact you are making, it's really up to you. So before I came to work with Business on Purpose, I was working for a local business based out of Columbia, Tennessee. And last year in 2020, when the pandemic was in full swing, kids who were able to be back in the actual local schools, they weren't able to use the water fountains. All the drink machines had been suspended due to the spread, and it kind of became an issue within our county. So as a company, Wiremasters went on to raise money, employees pitched in, and they were able to donate over 533 cases of water to the Murray County school system. It was over 15,000 bottles of water. Now, you want to talk about a positive impact on the community? I mean, the outpour of gratitude, news coverage, kids and parents writing thank you notes. It was just incredibly high. And this is just one example, one small example of many, many that we could share from our experiences and our clients' experiences from the Business on Purpose team. So, the question on the table today, is there anything that you can do to be more intentional about the impact you are having? Absolutely. You have to ask yourself the question, what kind of impact, what kind of legacy do we want to have within the community that we are working in, with our neighbors, with the stores down the street, with our local economy, with other businesses? So here are just a few ideas today. If you want to, you can write them down. We always suggest that you write it down or it will not happen. But here are a few ideas if you're looking to impact your community through your business. Now, I'm going to let you know these ideas, they came from the Chalmers Center's Economic Development Lab, who invited our team to a conference call this past week. And these were some of the takeaways that we heard and learned. So number one, this is just an idea for you. Give employees 2 to 3 days a year of paid time to volunteer in the community, either individually or as a staff, and make time, and maybe in your weekly team meetings, to share these experiences. Companies that have done this watched it transform their culture. And the news is you probably already have some employees who are already volunteering their time, and you just may not know it. They may be giving up weekends to go build houses for Habitat for Humanity, or they get off work at 5 and they go to the local soup kitchen to serve food that night. They take a weekend to do a missions project or something in that nature, that they are serving organizations and missions that they're excited about. Highlight those, encourage that. Find something that you could potentially do as a team or as a leadership team. Number two, And this one's really big. Pursue a workforce as diverse as your community at every level. It's really important to provide that impact for your community. You want your business to look like your community. So, number 3, create community among employees. So, host an annual event for employees and their families. Track work anniversaries, birthdays, and make sure you're acknowledging these, even if it's over an email to the team or a text message. And find some time during the year that you are gathering families of your employees all together. And, it can be a cookout, a dinner, a coffee in the morning, depending on the size of your team. Get creative, have fun. Your team will thank you. Your community will notice. And lastly, invite employees to give monthly. So this would be to create a general fund that is matched by the business and is used to care for team members who encounter unexpected circumstances. And then you can even create a small team of employees to be on the lookout for needs and discern where these funds are given. Again, these are just a few ideas. There are hundreds of ways that you can be intentional about making an impact in your community. So my challenge to you is, let's go out and do it. Let's make a difference. I really appreciate your time today. Thanks for listening. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our podcast or our YouTube channel. We are putting out weekly content from our coaches that we are continuing to educate ourselves. We're continuing to learn. We're continuing to study and pour into these avenues of business on purpose. Thank you guys for your time today. Hope it's been good.